Let me ask you about the very tricky issue or troubling concern of abortion rights. Did it surprise you that that came up a number of times tonight? And do you think that will create enough of a majority going into the election this November for the Republican candidates?
Well, the Republican Party is pro-life, and I think that's an important issue for a lot of folks in the Republican Party. It's also a big contrast with Senator Obama, who is not only pro-choice, but has taken some votes, including in the Illinois State Senate, against the Born Alive Act, which is, to me, just incomprehensible. And so there's a very big difference there for folks, and it's important to Republicans.
Tell us about that issue, the Born Alive vote back in the early part of this century, in the 2002-2003. What was that about? Why is that worthy of note tonight? And Senator Thompson raised that in his discussion, in his speech tonight.
Because what it said was, if someone tries to abort a child, and the child, rather than being aborted and born dead, is born alive, then they should be given medical assistance. And it came out of a case where a nurse held a baby while the baby died and was prohibited from providing any life support to that child, and it was just wrong. And Senator Obama said, no, let them die. And I just find that to be deeply troubling. Very, very troubling, and I think a lot of people here did tonight. It's something that really goes to the core of what being pro-life is about.
How do you square that deep concern about life and opposition to abortion with hosting Joe Lieberman tonight, a very strong supporter of abortion rights, at your convention?
Senator Lieberman addressed that a little bit when he said, on some of the big issues, we need to look at what unites us and not what divides us. He appealed directly to Democrats, and frankly, there are a lot of Democrats and independents who find Senator Obama's position on the Born Alive Protection Act to be abhorrent, just like partial birth abortion is abhorrent. And so Senator Lieberman said, we've got some troubled times, some difficult issues. We need a strong leader, and John McCain is that leader. And I thought he was pretty effective. Senator Lieberman was a low-key guy. He always has been. And I think he was reasonable and articulate and appealing to people who are not Republicans.
Okay, thank you very much. Congresswoman Heather Wilson of New Mexico, thanks for joining us tonight as we cover this Republican convention on its first big night. We're back to Keith now.
Chris, thanks. To be fair to Senator Obama, Representative Wilson was not complete in that context of what she said. Senator Obama at no point said, let them die. What his argument was in voting against that measure in the Illinois state legislature was that extant law, the laws that were already on the books in Illinois, fully covered that horrific situation, and I believe Representative Wilson knows that. We'll get more reaction to what we've heard tonight from down on the convention floor. This is MSNBC's continuing coverage of the 2008 Republican Convention.